Alright, just a little insight on the most prestigious trophy that you can win in the All-American Cup Series, the Triple Crown. It's actually a conglomeration of three events. If a driver wins the Michigan 400, Motor City 400 at Michigan International Speedway, the Brickyard 300 in at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, pardon my little grammar mistake there, and the Grand Prix of Watkins Glen, then they have won the Triple Crown. And in the All-American Cup Series, this 20-year history, no driver has ever won it, the Triple Crown. There have been drivers that have come close, most notably Kevin Harvick, who won both the Grand Prix of Watkins Glen and the Brickyard 300, but could finish second at Michigan in a photo finish. But no driver has ever won the Triple Crown, all three races in a season. This prestigious achievement will put you down in history. All of these races are kind of strange in their own way. One is the Brickyard 300 takes place at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which makes it immediately prestigious. The Grand Prix of Watkins Glen is known for its kind of crazy boot configuration at the carousel section of the track that most stock car series do not run on. Most open wheel series use it. And the Michigan Motor City 400 is strange because of its rather very chaotic 3 to 4 wide start of the race, making it one of the most hair-raising and nerve-wracking starts for any motor race in the entire world. And it's almost a guaranteed first-lap crash. So, after that, let's just see if this will be the year. Let's go a little bit more in depth into the history of these three races. The first one we'll go into depth is the Brickyard 300. Now, the Brickyard 300 takes place at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Yeah, that should just tell you enough right there that the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is the most prestigious race of the is one of the most prestigious racetracks in the entire world. That makes this race what it is. A race that you have to win if you want to be in the record books. But it's still not the most prestigious race of the championship. The most prestigious race in the championship is the Motor City 400 at Michigan International Speedway. This race is chaotic, to say the least, and we've seen a lot of crazy things happen, most notably on the start. It does not matter where you qualify when it comes down to these 3 and 4 wide starts. I mean, there's really no organization to these starts. As long as you don't pass the car that's in front of you, you essentially can start wherever you want. They don't allow anything over 5 wide, but most notably, people don't go above 4. So, other than that, just this race, it takes place in the Motor City, and this was essentially an American manufactured series. Toyota's the only exception, and Toyota has about 50% of it, if not more, 50+% of its car manufacturing taking place inside of the United States. So that makes this race very important for teams wanting to win the Motor City 400. There's a huge prize bank of over $10 million if you win this race. So if you win it, you are set for life when it comes to money. And I think you get quite a few historic cars, too, that the Ford Motor Company, Chevy Motor Company, and I think maybe even Chrysler puts some up. Not quite sure if Chrysler's putting up another Charger. They put up a 1970-something Charger last year. And the Grand Prix of Watkins Glen takes place as one of the closing races of the championship. It's not the finale this year. I think we go to Washington, D.C. afterwards, but takes place when the leaves are starting to change colors in a very picturesque Finger Lakes region of New York, northern New York, somewhat near Pennsylvania. And the Grand Prix of Watkins Glen is 65 laps around, or 64, something around there. Depends. It's changed year to year, but it's between 60 and 70 laps each year, and Watkins Glen is just a fantastic race for these drivers, and it takes a lot of ability because I think out of the last 10 years it's rained 7 times in 7 races. In the out of the last 10 it's had rain. So in fact, I even remember when it took place in late October back in the 1994 running, it was starting to snow, which hopefully we don't have that this year, but oh well, if we do, we do. They will race in it. They'll race in it. So as long as the track's plowed, they'll race. So those are just a little bit of insight into the 3 most prestigious races of the championship. And if you win all 3 of them, which no one has had, you will win the Triple Crown, which is which is, I think, not 100. I think it's like a $30 million prize if anybody does it. And that's on top of the prize money for the races themselves. So I'd like to hear what your drivers comment. So please comment as them inside the comments, and please comment as them on their thoughts about the Triple Crown and which races they'd like to win. So thank you.